Influence isn't about power, it's about impact. Your title doesn't make you a leader. Your ability to influence others does. Leadership without influence is just authority without respect. And that's the fastest way to lose your team. It's what turns managers into leaders and a team into believers. So in this video, I'll break down 4 essential principles that any new manager or emerging leader must master to lead with influence, not intimidation. Influence is the engine of leadership. Without it, you're not leading. You're just managing tasks and hoping people follow you. John Maxwell said it best. Leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. And that quote isn't just inspiring, it's strategic. In today's workplace, command and control leadership is outdated. People don't want to be managed. They want to be inspired, included, and trusted. And the numbers prove it. According to Gallup, teams with highly effective leaders are 21% more productive, 23% more profitable, and have up to 59% less turnover. Influence creates emotional buy-in. It makes people feel seen, heard, and understood. When people feel that way, they want to follow you, not out of obligation, but out of loyalty. When you lead with influence, people feel ownership. They become proactive. They offer solutions before you even ask them. They stay loyal even through challenges, not because you force them, but because they believe in you. So if you're a new manager, remember, control is temporary. Influence lasts. Influence is earned, not assigned. So if influence is the engine of leadership, then trust is the fuel. Without it, you're going nowhere fast. No matter how skilled or intelligent you are, people won't follow you if they don't trust you. In fact, a 2022 study done by Edelman found that 76% of employees say trust in their leaders directly affects their motivation and engagement. So how do you build trust as a new leader? Step 1, be consistent. People don't trust unpredictability. If you say you'll follow up, then follow up. If you set a standard, then stick to it. Even small lapses can chip away at credibility. Consistency signals reliability, and reliability breeds trust. Step 2, be transparent. You don't need to have all the answers, but you do need to communicate clearly, especially during uncertainty. Share the why behind decisions. Clarify what you know and admit what you don't know. People trust leaders who are real more than those who appear to be perfect. Step 3, show you care. Trust isn't just professional, it's also personal. So learn your team's strengths, challenges, and even their birthdays. Ask how they're doing and really mean it. When people feel seen and valued, they let their guard down. That emotional safety creates space for innovation, honesty, and growth. Step 4, own your mistakes. Nothing destroys trust faster than blame shifting. Great leaders say this: that was on me, and here's how I'll fix it. That kind of integrity builds massive respect and give others permission to be accountable too. Building trust isn't a one-time task. It's a leadership style. It happens in the quiet moments, in the follow-throughs, in the empathy, and in the truth. And once you build that foundation, your influence multiplies, because people don't just work for leaders they trust. They go above and beyond for them. Communication is the bridge that connects you to your team. So great leaders don't just talk, they communicate with purpose, clarity, and impact. And the best ones do it in a way that inspires action and ownership. The first principle is clarity over complexity. You don't need fancy words or long explanations. You need your message to land. Harvard Business Review reports that leaders who communicate with clarity are more likely to be perceived as competent and trustworthy. Clear beats clever every time. Listen more than you speak. Influence isn't about dominating the room, it's about reading it. Active listening shows your team that their voice matters. And when people feel heard, They're far more open to be led and more willing to contribute. Match your nonverbal with your verbal. So studies show that up to 93% of communication is nonverbal, such as your tone, your posture, your eye contact. If your words say one thing, but your body language says another, people will believe your body. That means authenticity matters more than polish. Tailor your message. Not everyone on your team processes information the same way. Some respond to data, others to stories. Some need the big picture, others need step by step instructions. Know your audience and adjust your delivery to meet them where they are. Be emotionally aware. Communication isn't just about what's being said, it's about what's felt. Use empathy to sense when to push, when to pause, and when to simply listen with presence. Leaders who communicate well don't just give directions, they spark movements. They connect hearts and minds. They eliminate confusion. They build momentum and trust. When your communication is sharp, your influence multiplies. Emotional intelligence is the compass. It tells you how and when to lead, not just what to say. Emotional intelligence, or EQ, is the ability to understand and manage your own emotions while recognizing and influencing the emotions of others. And according to research done by TalentSmart, EQ is responsible for 58% of performance in all types of jobs, and 90% of top performers have high EQ. So why does this matter in leadership? Because influence is emotional before it's logical. People don't just follow ideas, they follow feelings. A leader who can stay calm under pressure, show empathy in conflict, and read the emotional room will always have more influence than one who simply reacts or commands. So there are 4 core elements of emotional intelligence. Number 1, self-awareness. Know your triggers, know your blind spots and your strengths. The more you understand yourself, the more intentional your actions become. Reflect regularly. Ask for feedback, because growth begins with self-honesty. Number 2, self-regulation. Leadership doesn't require perfection, but it does require control. Don't let frustration or ego drive decisions. Practice the pause. Choose response over reaction. It sets the tone for your entire team. Number 3, social awareness. Pay attention to your body language, tone, and team dynamics. Leaders with social awareness can spot morale dips, silent tension, or unspoken needs, and act before small issues become real problems. Number 4, relationship management. Influence grows through relationships. Build them with trust, feedback, recognition, and support, not micromanaging or blame. Relationships are your leadership capital. When you lead with emotional intelligence, people feel understood, respected, and safe. That emotional safety unlocks creativity, effort, and commitment. People hear what you say, but they follow what you do. That's why the most powerful form of influence in leadership is leading by example. As a new manager or a young leader, your team is always watching, not in a suspicious way, but in a learning way. They're learning what's acceptable, what's expected, and what's possible based on your behavior. Think about it. How can you expect punctuality if you're always late? Or ask for accountability if you never admit your own mistakes? Your actions set the tone. They create the culture. They build or break credibility. Leading by example means embodying the values you expect from others. If you want ownership, show ownership. If you want innovation, take risk. If you want trust, extend it first. It also means showing up on the hard days. When things go wrong, leaders don't hide, they step in. They remain calm. They take responsibility and look for solutions. That's where true respect is earned, not in easy moments, but in challenging times. And let's not forget the small behaviors, like how you speak to your team, how you handle stress, how you treat your support staff. These daily actions tell your team more than any motivational speech ever could. If you want your team to care, show them what caring looks like. Want them to grow? Let them see you growing. Want them to lead? give them a leader worth modeling. Leadership isn't about being perfect, it's about being consistent, visible, and real. Every choice you make sends a message, so make it count. When you lead by example, your influence becomes magnetic. People don't just follow because they have to, they follow because they want to become like you. And that's the highest form of leadership. Leadership isn't a job title, it's a daily choice to influence with intention, integrity, and empathy. If you're a new manager, an emerging leader, or just a young professional stepping into leadership, remember this: you don't need decades of experience to influence. You need clarity, character, and consistency. Influence isn't about being loud, it's about being real. The kind of leader people trust, respect, and want to follow. So take these principles, apply them daily, and watch how your leadership transforms not just your team, but your entire career and reputation. And if this video helped you gain clarity or inspiration, give it a like. Drop a comment with the principle that hit home for you the most. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful leadership strategies. Your leadership journey starts now, and influence is your edge. Until next time, stay sharp, stay focused, and lead forward.